What's up, football fam? Welcome to Tim Reynolds Show's 2024 NFL season predictions, as I'm going division by division, picking what I will be each team's record by the end of the season. And on this particular episode, we're going over the NFC East, and we're going to kick it off with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, as far as their rankings from last season in 2023, on passing offense, they ranked 16th, and in rushing offense, they ranked 8th. So obviously, they want to try to keep that balance on the offense so they can be very, very competitive this upcoming year. And then we see on defense, their rankings last year were 31st against the pass and 10th against rushing. So they're hoping to keep that rushing defense really, really good, just like it was last year, top 10, but they have to improve that secondary ranking if they want any shot at being competitive in the tough NFC conference. Now, guys, as far as the record for the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2024 NFL season, Tim Reynolds Show has the Philadelphia Eagles going 12-5 and winning the division for the NFC East and getting a playoff spot in the NFC conference. I think with this roster that they've assembled this year, they're definitely going to be one of the top teams in the conference and be able to compete in the playoffs as well. And I think as long as they don't get derailed by injuries, that this team could really be at the top of the rankings at the end of the year. Now, guys, the next team we're going to cover on this episode is the New York Football Giants. And guys, after a tough season the previous year, we're going to give you the rankings from last year. So for the Giants, their passing offense ranked 31st and their rushing offense ranked 16th. So they got to find some balance there on offense if they want any chance at this offense improving off of last year. And as far as their defense goes, they ranked 19th against the pass and were 29th against the rush. If you ain't stopping the run, you aren't really stopping anybody. But hopefully with the addition of linebacker Brian Burns from Carolina Panthers in a trade this offseason, I do think that defense should improve that rushing overall ranking. But as far as their record for the 2024 NFL season, Tim Reynolds Show has the New York Football Giants going 3-14. Unfortunately, with the roster that they've assembled and the schedule that they have, I don't think that the New York Football Giants are going to be a very competitive team this year, but I really do think that we should see some turnaround, hopefully, because I do believe in Brian Daboll as a head coach. But as far as their offense and defensive MVPs for the 2024 NFL season, I have on offense, rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors for the New York Football Giants. I think they're going to be throwing the football a lot because of how much they're going to be behind, but also because I don't think the rushing offense is going to be any good with them losing Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles. And as far as their defensive MVP, I'm looking at linebacker Brian Burns, man, who they acquired to be a really, really big impact player for this defense and help them out being a veteran savvy guy that he is. But it's just going to be a tough road ahead this upcoming season for New York Football Giants fans. Now, the next team we're covering from the NFC East on this episode is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, of course, there's always so much talk around Dallas, no matter what year it is, but we've had a lot of talk about Dallas this offseason because of all the offseason news that they've really brought on themselves with not signing a lot of people and also taking forever to get the CeeDee Lamb contract done, and they still haven't worked out contract extensions with quarterback Dak Prescott or all-pro linebacker Micah Parsons. So it's going to be really interesting what happens with this team. Now, as far as their rankings from last year, we've seen on offense they ranked 3rd in passing, very, very good. Dak had a great year. And in rushing offense, they were 14th, which they're hoping to improve in that with recently signing running back Dalvin Cook and also this offseason signing running back Ezekiel Elliott, who returns to the Cowboys. And as far as their defensive rankings last year, they ranked 5th in passing defense and 16th in rushing defense. Now, with defensive coordinator Dan Quinn no longer on the team and now the head coach for the Washington Commanders, it's going to be really interesting to see if this defense really holds up to the rankings that they had last season. Now, as far as their record in the 2024 NFL season, the Tim Reynolds Show has these guys going 10-7 and competing for a playoff spot in the NFC conference. I really do think that Dallas is usually always competing for a playoff spot. It's just whether or not they're going to show up in the playoffs. So I have them getting double-digit wins here in the 2024 NFL season. And hey, who would never know what could happen, right? But as far as their offense and defensive MVPs, Tim Reynolds Show has on offense quarterback Dak Prescott. I think he's coming into a contract year. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, so you know he's looking to ball out this year. And as far as their defense, of course I got to go with Micah Parsons. This guy is just a game wrecker and is unstoppable and is one of the best defensive pass rushers in all of NFL. So guys, we're going to move on to our next and last team in the NFC East, and that is the Washington Commanders, who have a new head coach and head coach Dan Quinn, who comes from the Cowboys. And now as far as their rankings from the previous year, on offense they ranked 18th in passing offense and 27th in rushing offense, so they're going to definitely have to run the ball better if they want any shot at being competitive in this tough NFC East division. As far as their defensive rankings from last year, they ranked 32nd against the pass, dead last, and were 27th against the rush. So no wonder they hired head coach Dan Quinn, a defensive specialist, because they really need to improve this defense if they want any chance whatsoever at competing in the 2024 NFL season. But as far as their record for this upcoming season, Tim Reynolds Show has the Washington Commanders going 7-10 this year. I think they may have maybe one or two more wins here, maybe get closer to 500 if you think, but they also could lose possibly just a couple more games too to get into even more bigger double-digit losses this upcoming year. But with a new head coach, they're going to see some turnaround, and you're going to have to wait maybe after this season to see what they do next offseason and next year to really be competitive in the NFL. I just don't think this is going to be the Washington Commanders year, so I have them going 7-10. And this has been Tim Reynolds Show's NFL season predictions with the NFC East on this episode. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more football content, sports content, and sports entertainment that only Tim Reynolds Show can bring you guys. Thank you guys so much for helping me follow my dream, and thank you guys so much for watching the channel and checking out the channel. Please leave some comments, especially for your favorite team and what you think they did this offseason, or what you think that their record is going to be for this upcoming year. I love replying to them, and thank you guys so much for all the support. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day. Let's go. Football's back, baby. Next week. Let's go.